Hi everyone, so I'm just going to do a really quick video on how to use the nursing diagnosis handbook. So I'll walk you through what you do from your medical diagnosis to your interventions. So this is probably going to be helpful for sophomores that are just starting to get into med-surg and doing their first care plans. It's very exciting, very nerve-wracking, I know, but if you know how to use this book, it'll make it a lot easier, I promise you. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is think about your medical diagnosis. So if your patient comes in with dehydration, okay, that's going to be your medical diagnosis and not your nursing diagnosis, okay? So the first thing we do with our medical diagnosis, all right, is we look up, we go to section 2, first of all. So this is what section 2 looks like. I remember it as the green section. So you go to the green section and you say, okay, my patient has dehydration. So look in the D's. All right, that's C, D. Dehydration. Okay, so as you can see, there are different nursing diagnoses here. And you're going to pick one or two depending on how many you need for your care plan, and you're going to analyze them some more. Make sure you pick ones that are that make sense for your patient. So if your patient doesn't have something, don't pretend that they do, just for the care plan. Okay, so for shits and giggles, we're going to do dehydration, the first one. So we're going to do deficient fluid volume related to active fluid volume loss. Okay, so what we're going to do is the bold word, okay? So the bold word is fluid, if you can see that. All right, so we're going to go to section 3. And in section 3, we have the guide to planning care. So this is where you're going to look for your nursing diagnosis that you got from your medical diagnosis. Remember, you're looking for your nursing diagnosis and not your medical diagnosis. You're not looking for dehydration in section 3. You're looking for deficient fluid volume. Okay, so you're going to go to the bolded word, which remember was fluid. So you're going to look for an F. All right? And it's alphabetical order. Hold on, let me get to the page. Sorry about this. But while I'm flipping to the page, I just want to remind you that it's ABCs for your priority. So A is breathing, A is airway, B is breathing, and C is circulation. So if you're going to have the priority nursing diagnoses, you're definitely going to have one of those as the top choice. Because if someone can't breathe, then we're not going to ask them how they're feeling because they're going to feel dead if they can't breathe. So basically, we're looking for deficient fluid volume. So I found it. It's right here on page 388. Okay, so you're going to go to that. Now remember, you can do this with any of your medical diagnoses and any of your nursing diagnoses. This is just an example. So you're going to look at your definition for deficient fluid volume and say, oh, okay, that does sound like my patient, okay? And then you're going to look at the defining characteristics. And that's what you're going to put as your, as evidenced by. So what we do is we say deficient fluid volume related to, let's say, active fluid volume loss. So if the person's having a hemorrhage. And then as evidenced by, you give us your defining characteristics. So like decrease in pulse pressure, decrease in pulse volume, et cetera, et cetera. So we have that part down, okay? The next is we're going to look at the client outcomes, which I know they come later in your packet. But basically, what will the client do in this time period. So they don't have time periods, so you're going to have to make up your own time period, and make sure this is appropriate for your patient. If it's not appropriate, again, as I said, don't put it as part of your care plan just to put it as part of your care plan. And then the next part is the interventions. So you're going to look at all these different interventions. There are a ton of them. Do not use all of them. I don't know how many you need in your first care plan, but I know that if you look at the different nursing diagnoses, obviously not all of these are going to apply to you. You're probably not going to see a critically ill patient. You're probably not going to see a pediatric patient yet, but many of the others could apply to you. So you're going to look at all these interventions and say, okay, which of these interventions go with my goals, and what can I do to make my patient meet this goal? Okay? So, and remember that these are the goals. Wait. This is confusing. These are the goals right here. So you're going to pick what goals are best for your patient, and then you're going to pick the intervention that's best for your goals. So as you can see, there's a ton of different interventions here. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. And I hope this helps. Thanks so much.